Hello students, welcome back to HB Kapadia School. Myself is Kunal Pandya and this is my introduction, and today we are going to study about the application of graph. In previous lecture we studied about the graph, and today we are going to study about the application of graph. So this is the diagram which is given in our NCERT. This is figure number 3.12 of our NCERT, and we want to find out the equation of motion with the help of this graph. Okay, we will derive all the equations with the help of this graph. This is the most important question. There are two important questions for the first term. One is the equation of motion with the help of calculus method that we have done, and second one is the equation of motion with the help of graphical method, which we are going to do. Okay, so this is a graph of v versus t. Initially the velocity is VO. When time t is equal to 0, you can point out when time t is equal to 0, the velocity is VO, and as the time increases, the velocity also increases. So therefore in this case there is acceleration. This is a graph of velocity versus time in which the velocity is increasing, the acceleration is constant, and we want to find out the three equations of motion. So let's start with the first equation of motion. We know that the first equation of motion is v is equal to u plus at, and that can be found with the help of slope of graph. So we know that the slope of graph of v versus t gives the information about acceleration, that is tan theta. So we find out the value of tan theta in this case. If we find out the value of tan theta, then this tan theta will give information about acceleration, and that acceleration is length of opposite side, that is v minus vo, upon length of adjacent side, that is t. Okay, so let us point out all these things. Yes, over here, see, this angle is suppose theta, this angle is suppose theta. You can say this is the opposite side and this is the adjacent side, and this adjacent side is nothing but t. So therefore see, this is 0 and this is the time t. So if we can consider this to be this much distance to be t. So therefore tan theta will be a, and that is equal to v minus vo by t. So it's very simple. Now we have found out the slope. So we can write therefore a into t will be v minus vo. Okay, so therefore we get v is equal to vo plus at. This is the first equation of motion. It is very simple. Okay, v is equal to vo plus at. We have found out this equation with the help of graphical method. Now let us derive the second equation. Okay, you know that the second equation is the equation of displacement, and the graph of s versus t can v versus t can give the information about displacement if we find out the area. Yes, once again, if we find out the area, then we can have information about displacement. So let us find out the area. See, in this case the area under curve AB can be written as area is equal to area of triangle. This triangle, see, this triangle is ABC, the triangle ABC, and another one, there is a quadrilateral OACD. Okay, you can write plus area of quadrilateral OACD. Okay, so if we find out the area of triangle, that can be found out with the help of law of triangles. It's very simple, half into base into height. We can write total area. This area will give information about displacement. I can write it is a displacement, and displacement is equal to area of a triangle. Area of triangle is half into base into height. Therefore we can write half into base. What is base? Base is t. You can point it out. T into height is v minus vo. See the triangle is for this triangle. Okay, for the triangle, this area will be half into base into height. Okay, if you find out the area of quadrilateral, then the quadrilateral's area will be length into breadth. Length is just t and breadth is vo. So if we solve this equation further, okay, we have to keep the value of v, that is very important. We can write v is equal to u plus at. We know that equation, or we can write, in this case we have to take vo. It doesn't make any difference whether we write v or we get VO. In CBSE, we can say in NCERT, it is given VO, so therefore I have written VO. So therefore S will be half into T. Instead of V, if I put VO plus AT, then it VO plus AT plus VOT. So therefore the value of S will be, if we just okay, we have to write VO minus VO, sorry, minus VO plus AT. Therefore S will be, see, VO will get cut, we get S is equal to 1 by 2 AT square plus AT, this is square, or we can write S is equal to, sorry, this is not AT, this is VOT plus VOT. Therefore we can write S is equal to VOT plus half AT square. This is the equation of motion with the help of graphical method. Okay, so this was the second equation of motion. Now let us derive the third equation of motion. So in order to derive the third equation, we will have to remember this equation. Okay, the first part of this equation. Okay, S is equal to V minus VO by. Let us write down this equation. You will understand in a better way. Now let us derive the third equation. Third equation can be written as, see, we know that acceleration is V minus VO by T. The equation of acceleration, we have derived this equation with the help of graphical method. Now we also know that this displacement is equal to velocity divided by time, and if the acceleration is constant, we can write V is equal to VO by 2, that is the average velocity into time. Into time should be there, V plus VO by 2 into T. So if we multiply these two equations, okay, we multiply these two equations, then we can have A into S is equal to V minus VO by T into V plus VO by 2 into T. So therefore A into S will be V square minus VO square by 2. Therefore we get V square minus VO square is equal to 2AS. Okay, that is the third equation of motion. So we have derived all the three equations of motion with the help of graphical method, and this is the most important theory. Okay, it can be asked in 3 marks or it can be asked in 5 marks. Okay, so there are two theories which are very important for third chapter. First one is the equation of motion with the help of calculus method, and another one is the equation of motion with the help of graphical method. So both the theories are complete. Now let's see some MCQs, and later on we will see the MCQs which were asked in previous year JEE examination. So let's see. This is MCQ which is there in our textbook. This is MCQ number 3.16. Look at the graphs from A to D. Okay, carefully and state with reasons which of these cannot possibly represents one dimensional motion of a particle. Okay, which of the graph is not there for one dimensional motion, we have to determine that thing. So in this case all of the answer will be no. Okay, there is no graph in this case which can define the one dimensional motion. Why? See, for the first graph, see, I have written all the reasons. These are the reasons. First answer says no. Why? Because one cannot have same position at two different, same time for two different positions. Okay, see, in this case the time is same. For example, for this time we have two positions, which is not possible. We cannot have the same time for two different positions. Similarly, over here also we cannot have the same time for two different velocities. Third one, some people might think that it's possible, but it's not possible, because speed cannot be negative. Over here for this portion the speed is negative, so that thing is not possible. And for the last thing, total path length versus time. See, path length once increased cannot be decreased. Okay, path length always increases. It cannot decrease and become 0. Okay, I think our lecture number 2, I have told you this thing in detail, that path length once increased cannot be decreased. So therefore this is also not possible. So answer will be no for all the things, and in examination you can write in this way if this question is asked in 2 mark or 3 mark question. Otherwise you have you can also write theoretically. So there is a correction. Yes, in last lecture there is a correction for the graph of x versus t. See that the correction is like this angle is theta 1. Instead of that, write theta 2, and instead of theta 2 we have to write theta 1. Okay, so that is the minor correction in our first lecture, sorry, in our previous lecture. Yes, the rest of the things are correct, just theta 1 and theta 2 got interchanged. Okay, so let's see another MCQ. This this is question number, numerical number 3.20 of our textbook. The x versus t graph is given. Okay, the signs of we want to find out the signs of velocity, position and acceleration at time t is equal to 0.3 second, 1.2 second and minus 1.2 second. So let me tell you first of all the answers. These are the answers. Position is negative at 0.3 second, it's positive at 1.2 second, and it is again negative at minus 1.2 second. So I will tell you how this is negative and this is positive. Okay, so let's define position first of all. Okay, we will concentrate only on position. Remember the time is 0.3, 1.2 and minus 1.2. So first of all let us take the example of 0.3 second. When the time is 0.3 second, its point will be somewhere over here. Why? Because see, this is 0, this is 1. Okay, 0 and 1. So therefore this will be 0.5. So 0.3 will be somewhere over here. This is 0.3. So when the time is 0.3, you can see that the position is along negative direction. Okay, the position is negative. So therefore for 0.3 second we got answer to be negative. Now let's say for take for 1.2 second. See, this is 1, this is 2, this will be 1.5, 1.2 will be somewhere over here. So when time t is equal to 1.2 second, we can say that the value of x is positive. Similarly, when time is minus 1.2 second, see this is 1, this is minus 2, we can say this will be minus 1.5. So minus 1.2 will be somewhere over here. This is minus 1.5, this is minus 1.2. So the time is minus 1.2, the position will be along negative direction. So therefore in this case also answer will be negative. Now let's see velocity. See, velocity is positive when the object is moving towards positive direction, and it is negative when the object is moving towards negative direction. So let's see what happens. The time is 0.3 second. Okay, see, it clearly says that the object is moving towards negative direction. Let's clear all the screen. Yes, so when time is 0.3 second, the particle is somewhere over here because this is 0.5. So it is at this position, and later on it is moving like this. So this is 0.3. So it is actually moving towards the negative x direction. So therefore the velocity will be considered to be negative. When it is 1.2 second, see, this is 1, this is 2, this is 1.5. So when it is 1.2, we can say the object is moving in upward direction, or we can say it is along the positive direction. Okay, well, let's see for minus 1.2 second. When time is minus 1.2 second, this is minus 1.5 because we have to find out it for minus 1.2 second. See, object will be somewhere over here. Okay, that is minus 1.2 second. After minus 1.2 second, the object will move in upward direction like this. Therefore it is moving towards positive direction. So therefore it is considered to be positive. Okay, now let's see the acceleration for all this time. So acceleration when the time is 0.3 second, this is 0.3 second. The graph goes like this. See, actually it is the part of this graph in which the graph is going like this. I can compare this graph with this one, the graph of x versus t. Okay, so in this graph, if x is distance, then we can consider acceleration to be positive. Even if it is a displacement also, we can consider it to be positive. Why? Because in this case, no doubt we can consider that if it is a distance, we have to consider the acceleration to be negative. But if it is a displacement, we have to consider it to be positive, because when the graph is going like this, no doubt the acceleration, the velocity is decreasing. There is a retardation, the acceleration will be negative, but the object is moving towards negative direction. So again we have to keep a negative sign. So therefore the acceleration will become positive. Okay, so once again the acceleration got positive because the graph, our graph is like this. Our graph is like this. This is x, this is t. Our graph is going downwards like this. So in this case the velocity is decreasing. See, theta at this point is greater, theta at this point gets less. So therefore theta is decreasing. We can say it is retardation. But as the object is moving along negative x direction, the retardation is negative. Therefore it becomes positive. So therefore for the first case we have got the positive answer. Let's see for minus 1.2 second. Sorry, 1.2 second positive. The time is 1.2 second plus 1.2 second. This is plus 1.2 second. At that time we can say it is along this graph. Okay, for that we can draw the graph like this. This is x, this is t. Our graph is going like this. So obviously this is the retardation. So when it is retardation, we have to take negative sign. Okay, let's see for minus 1.2 second. The time is minus 1.2 second. This is minus 1.2 second. So for minus 1.2 seconds, see the graph actually is like this. It's going upwards. So therefore the acceleration will be considered to be positive. So it is positive. See again for 1.2 second the graph is going like this. Okay, 1.2 second is somewhere over here. Therefore the acceleration will be considered to be positive. If you are not able to still understand, I will suggest you to see our previous lecture and once again see this numerical. Okay, now let's see one more numerical given in our textbook. This is 3.21. A figure shows the x versus t plot of a particle in one dimensional motion. Three equal intervals of times are shown. In which interval is the average speed greatest? We want to find out the interval for which the average speed is greatest. See, they have mentioned its speed and not it's not velocity. Therefore we will neglect all those negative signs over here. And in which is it is least. Okay, in which interval the average speed is greatest and in which it is the least. So we have to find out in which case the velocity will be greater and in which case it will be least. Give the sign of average velocity for each interval. Okay, also you have to give the sign whether it's positive or negative. So first of all I will give you the answer and then we will give you the reason. Speed is greatest at 3 seconds, it is least at 2 seconds. How? See, speed in the graph of v x versus t, if the graph is of x versus t, then speed is equal to slope. So in which case do you consider the slope is greater? See, you can see that the slope is greater in this case. See, if you find out the angle at this point, okay, no doubt it's negative, but we are talking about speed. Okay, so in this case the angle will be very large. In this case angle is there, but it's not large as much as 3. In this case the angle is very less. So therefore for speed, the greatest speed will be at 3 seconds and least speed will be at 2 seconds. Let's see the signs of velocity in each interval. See, obviously in this case the object is moving towards plus x direction, velocity is positive. In this case also it is moving towards plus x direction, velocity is positive. In this case, it will be negative. So this is our obvious answer. For 1 second it's positive, at 2 seconds it's positive, at 3 seconds it's negative. Okay, so this was example number 3.21 of our textbook. This is example number 3.19. Three graphs are shown and we have to find out, we have to show that in which conditions the velocities are in which are the practical situations in which we will get this type of graphs. So for first two graph I will show you the situation. This is your homework, in which case you will get a graph like this. Okay, so this is the practical approach for the question, with the help of which you can solve the MCQs asked in JEE or NEET. So let's see first graph. First graph says that initially particle is at rest. Okay, initial it is at rest. Initially the particle is at rest, and rest at where? It is rest at origin. Why? Because x is equal to 0. After some time the velocity is increasing in positive direction. See, the velocity increases in positive direction. Then what happens? The velocity suddenly is in the negative direction. See, for this point we can say velocity is negative. So initially velocity is positive. See, rest, then we have positive velocity, then we have negative velocity, and then again rest. Okay, these are the situation for this graph. So this graph, just guess. I will not tell you the answer right now. I will tell you the answer after next slide. So initially the object is at rest. Just close your eyes and imagine object initially is at rest, then the velocity gets positive, then the velocity gets more negative, and then the object come to rest. So imagine a situation like this. I will give you the answer, don't worry. This is the second situation. The graph is like this. Initially the velocity is in a negative direction. Okay, the object is moving towards the negative direction. Okay, and then it is moving, its velocity becomes 0, and then it moves along more negative direction, and suddenly it stops or nothing happens, and then again velocity at the same time gets maximum. Okay, and again it decreases, it becomes 0, it decreases in negative direction, and suddenly the velocity becomes a positive maximum. So what do you think? What is the situation for such type of graph? This is your homework. I will tell you the answer of previous two, but this is your homework. Okay, you have to do this in your home. So yes, this is the answer. Football after kicked. Okay, just close your eyes and listen carefully. Football after kick rebounds from the wall, passes the player and comes to rest. Okay, again imagine a football after kick. Imagine this is suppose a wall, this is a football. Okay, football when kicked it collides with the wall. See, initially this is the origin. Okay, this is the wall. The football collides with the wall, again comes to its initial position, and it crosses the origin, move towards the negative direction, and it stops. In that case we will get the graph like this. Okay, that is part A. Now second question, in that case the ball allowed to fall freely on a hard floor and the velocity of ball decreases after each collision. So imagine, suppose a ball is there, we are allowing it to fall freely. When it falls freely after the collision, the graph will be like this. Okay, this is the graph after collision. Okay, after collision the ball comes in upper direction, its velocity becomes 0, it goes in the negative direction. Again after the collision velocity suddenly increases and it comes in upper direction, it goes down. So the graph the second graph indicates this condition. Third graph I have told you, you have to do it in your homework. Okay, so these are the three graphs for three different, these are the three conditions for the question given to us. Now this is the JEE time. This is a question asked in JEE 2019. Okay, so it is very simple, therefore I have kept over here. It's not like that it's simple, that that's why I have kept, but it's it was asked in JEE. Okay, so it's not a small thing, but you people just consider JEE to be a very big exam and prepare it, and you take a lot of pressure on you. So therefore I have kept this MCQ for you, and the graph portion is over. So therefore you can consider this question very easy. So a particle starts from origin, from rest, and move with a uniform acceleration along the positive x-axis. Initially the object is at rest and also it is at origin. So in which case do you consider from this graph that the object is stationary at origin? So over here, when time t is equal to 0, x must be 0. So only this graph D shows that when x is equal to 0, time is equal to 0. So D is the probable answer. C is never possible. Why? Because when time t is equal to 0, the position is not 0 in case of C, but actually the question given to us is says that when x is equal to 0, t must be 0. So therefore option D is correct, option C is incorrect. Let's see the other options also. Option D is correct, so therefore this can be correct. Option C is incorrect, so therefore this cannot be there. Let's see A and B. Option A says that is a constant acceleration, and over here also in question also we know that there is a uniform acceleration, so therefore A option can be there. So A is there, but A and C both are there, for answer is obviously D. Now let us confirm it with the help of B option also. See, initially when time t is equal to 0, velocity is equal to 0, but as the time increases the velocity is increasing, therefore we can say it is accelerating. We can say acceleration is constant. Okay, so our answer will be D. Okay, one more question from JEE 2019. See, JEE asked very simple questions, but you people, I don't know what you people do. Yes, a particle starts from origin at time t is equal to 0 and moves along the positive x-axis. The graph of velocity with respect to time is shown in figure. What is the position of the particle at time t is equal to 5 seconds? We want to find out the position at 5 seconds. So we know that when the graph is of v versus t, the area under the graph of v versus t gives the information about displacement. So just find out this area and have the answer. It's very simple. Give me the answer in comment section. We can discuss that answer also in comment section, and next time I will tell you the answer. Yes, this question was there in JEE 2017. See, this was there in 2019. This was also there in 2019. So we can say generally in this previous year questions, not only 2019, 2013 also you can see such type of questions. So every year such simple questions are only asked, but if your concepts are clear, if you have done NCERT very well, then the question becomes very easy. See, these questions are also becoming very easy for you because you have studied NCERT in a very good manner. Yes, a body is thrown in vertically upward direction. Which of the following graphs correctly represent the velocity versus time? Okay, we want to find out the graph which represents the velocity versus time. So see, when the ball is thrown in upward direction, at that time its initial velocity can never be 0. Okay, so therefore this option B cannot be there because it says that when time t is equal to 0, velocity is 0. Therefore this B option cannot be there. Again, C cannot be there because at the same time we are having two different velocities. A particle cannot have two different velocities at the same time, so therefore C also is not possible. Now option A and D are remaining. Okay, see, object is thrown in upward direction. So after some time the velocity gets 0 and then it moves in opposite direction. So when the ball is moving in opposite direction, its velocity will be considered to be negative. So for first phase velocity is positive, for second phase velocity is negative. So only D option is there, which says that initially velocity is positive, later on velocity becomes negative. See, this option A says that velocity is positive. Okay, see, the ball goes in upper direction. Okay, the ball becomes stationary, velocity becomes 0, and again its velocity increases. Okay, it happens only when there is a rocket. Okay, if a rocket like thing is there, then it may be quite possible that it reaches some height, its velocity becomes 0 and again it shoots in upward direction. But over here the velocity is getting 0 and it again increases in negative direction. So therefore option D is correct. Same type of question was asked in NEET or AIMS. Okay, in one of the exam this question was there, but instead of velocity they did a correction and they wrote speed. So tell me the answer. Which option is correct if velocity versus speed versus time graph is given? Okay, so which of the graph suggests the speed versus time graph? So you have to tell me it in comment section. Okay, so that was all for today's lecture. Your homework is to write down the derivation of equation of motion with the help of graphical method 5 times. Okay, you have to write that 5 times, and please try to memorize that thing, because it will be there in your examination whenever the examination is there. Okay, so thank you very much.